Most people do not need another year. They need a rescue from the way they have been living. The scary part is this: nobody is coming to rescue you before the clock turns. If you do not build a plan, 2026 will not become your year. It will become another receipt for time you spent but did not use. And if these words hit something deep in you, stay close to this voice, because some messages are not for casual listeners. They are for people who are tired of watching their own life slip through their hands. So make sure you keep this kind of truth near you and be part of this journey with me. I know you are tired. I know you are tired of starting strong and fading fast. I know you are tired of saying next week, next month, next year. I know you are tired of looking busy on the outside and feeling lost on the inside. Let that settle in. Here is the truth nobody likes, but everybody feels. Your life is not hard only because life is hard. Your life is hard because delay has become a habit. Drift has become normal. Confusion has become comfortable. And that is why I need to say the central thing to you again and again until it burns into your mind. Do not enter 2026 without this 365-day game plan. Hear it again. Do not enter 2026 without this 365-day game plan, because a year is not changed by hope. A year is changed by design, not by wishing, not by waiting, not by wondering, but by deciding. A year is a road. If you do not choose where it goes, the road chooses for you. And roads without direction usually lead to the same old pain in a different calendar. That is the first hard lesson. You do not rise into a better life by accident. You fall into an average one by default. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years, and then one morning you wake up and realize you have been alive, but you have not been building. You have been moving, but you have not been aiming. You have been surviving, but you have not been becoming. Think about that. So the first part of this game plan is simple. You need one clear target for the year, not 10, not 20. One target that pulls the rest of your life into line. One target that makes your mornings cleaner and your choices easier. One target that matters enough to hurt a little when you think about how long you have delayed it. Maybe it is your health. Maybe it is your money. Maybe it is your craft. Maybe it is the courage to leave what is draining you and build what is calling you. But pick one mountain. Because the person who climbs one mountain with focus will go farther than the person who runs around 10 hills with excitement. We live in a world that rewards distraction and then laughs at people for not progressing. Phone in your hand, noise in your ear, other people's lives in your face. And slowly, without even noticing, you stop asking what you want and start reacting to what everybody else is doing. That is not living, that is drifting. A 365-day game plan begins by taking the wheel back, by saying, this year will not be random, this year will not be emotional, this year will not be built on mood, it will be built on meaning, it will be built on direction, it will be built on one honest decision. Here is how you choose that target. Ask yourself one brutal question. If nothing changes in the next 12 months, what pain will hurt the most? Start there, because pain tells the truth fast. If your body keeps getting weaker, that pain will speak. If your bank account stays thin, that pain will speak. If your mind keeps living in fear, that pain will speak. If your gift stays buried, that pain will speak. Do not run from that pain. Use it. Pain can be a prison or pain can be a compass. The difference is whether you listen. Then turn that pain into a picture. What does winning look like 1 year from now? Not a fantasy, a picture, a number on the scale, a dollar amount saved, a skill mastered, a business started, a room of your own, a clear morning routine. Peace in your face, strength in your walk, put it where your eyes can see it. Because vague goals create vague effort. Clear goals create clean action. This is not about becoming a robot. This is about becoming honest. Honest about where you are. Honest about where you want to go. Honest about what it will cost. No excuses, no fog, no pretending, just truth. And truth is powerful because truth gives you something to build on. If you lie to yourself, you build on sand. If you tell yourself the truth, you build on stone. Your 365-day game plan starts with stone. Stone is not exciting. Stone is not flashy. Stone is not loud, but stone holds. You do not need a dramatic new version of yourself tonight. You need an honest one, the kind that says, I know where I have been weak. I know where I have been lazy. I know where I have been scared, but I also know this. The person capable of changing my life is already in the mirror. Read that in your soul. The person capable of changing your life is already in the mirror. No coach can do your push-ups. No friend can wake up with your hunger. No stranger can hand you your self-respect. They can guide you. They can help you. They can remind you, but they cannot walk for you. This is why the first block of your year is a decision block. Choose the mountain, choose the picture, choose the standard, then stop negotiating with it every other day. If your year keeps changing shape because your mood keeps changing color, you will stay stuck. Mature people do not let feelings vote on every decision. They let values lead. So before you ask how to build the plan, ask why you must. Because when the why is weak, the plan dies in a week. But when the why is strong, tired legs still move. Busy days still make room. Hard mornings still produce action. So let me ask you something right here in this moment, and I want it to land in the center of your chest. If nothing changes by this time next year, what pain will you finally be forced to admit you chose by staying the same? Once that question is in your heart, we move to the second part, because a target without daily structure is just a dream wearing nice clothes. This is where most people fail. Not because they are dumb, not because they are cursed, because they keep trying to win the year with emotion instead of rhythm. A seed does not become a tree because it feels inspired on Tuesday. A seed grows because it stays in the soil, takes the light, takes the rain, and keeps doing the small work no one claps for. Your life works the same way. The second block of your 365-day game plan is daily non-negotiables. Tiny actions, repeated actions, honest actions. The kind that look too small to matter until they are done for 6 months straight, and suddenly your whole life has a different shape. People ruin themselves by chasing huge days. Huge days are rare. Strong lives are built on normal days done well. So stop asking, what can I do when I feel unstoppable? Start asking, what will I do when I feel nothing at all? That is the real game. What will you do when the alarm feels rude? What will you do when progress feels invisible? What will you do when nobody is praising you, nobody is checking on you, and nobody would even know if you quit? That is where character is formed. That is where self-respect is built. Brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice. Let that settle in. Your daily non-negotiables should be so simple you cannot hide from them. Read 10 pages. Walk 30 minutes, save a set amount every week, practice your craft for 1 hour, wake at the same time, write your top 3 tasks before touching your phone, pray, stretch, journal, study, lift, build, call it boring if you want, but boring works. Boring is where winners live, not in chaos, not in bursts, not in drama, in rhythm, in order, in repetition. Think about a man trying to get strong. He does not do 1,000 push-ups on the first day and then disappear for a month. He does 20 today, 20 tomorrow, 20 the next day, then more over time. His body changes because the effort returns. Your life changes the same way. Money grows that way, confidence grows that way, skill grows that way, peace grows that way. It returns because you return. No magic, no mystery, just repetition with purpose. And this is where many people sabotage themselves. They build a plan for their fantasy self, the version of them that wakes up perfect, never gets tired, never gets distracted, never has a bad mood, never faces stress. But that person is not real. Build for the real you, the tired you, the tempted you, the distracted you, the you that still has bills, pain, doubts, and old habits. If the plan only works when life is easy, then it is not a plan. It is a performance. Real planning includes friction, so prepare for it. Put your workout clothes out the night before. Set your room up to make good choices easier. Delete the app that steals your mornings. Keep healthy food where your weak self can reach it. Put the book on your pillow. Put the budget on the fridge. Lower the distance between intention and action, because discipline is not just willpower. Discipline is design. We all know moments when we promised ourselves a better life and still fell into the same old hole by evening. Why? Because desire without structure is fragile. You can mean well and still lose. You can be sincere and still stay stuck. Good intentions are not enough. Clear systems win. Clear triggers win. Clear routines win. This is why I keep saying it. Do not enter 2026 without this 365-day game plan. Not because the phrase sounds strong, because it protects you from the oldest lie in the world, the lie that tomorrow will be different even if today is not. Tomorrow is built from today. Next month is built from this week. Next year is built from tonight. So ask yourself, what are the first 3 daily actions that would quietly change your whole year if you did them even when you did not feel like it? Make those actions sacred. Guard them, protect them, defend them from your moods, defend them from your excuses, defend them from your comfort. Comfort is expensive, it charges interest, a little extra sleep, a little extra scrolling, a little extra delay. That bill always comes due later. People think discipline is painful, but look closer. Lack of discipline is what hurts the most. Discipline hurts for a moment, regret hurts for years. Discipline costs effort, regret costs identity. Discipline asks for your sweat, regret asks for your peace. Pick your pain. Pick it on purpose. And remember, daily non-negotiables do not make you trapped. They make you free. When your core habits are decided, your mind gets lighter. You stop burning energy on the same argument every morning. Should I work out? Should I save? Should I study? Should I write? The answer is already made. We do not debate what matters. We do what matters. That is power. Quiet power. Grown power. The kind of power that does not need applause. A lot of people want to be motivated. Few people want to be trained. But training is what changes you. Motivation may get you moving. Training keeps you moving. Motivation shouts. Training whispers. Motivation visits. Training stays. You do not need to feel fired up every day. You need to become the kind of person who can act on an ordinary day. That is what a 365-day game plan is really teaching you. Not just how to reach a goal, but how to become a steadier human being, a man or woman you can trust, a person who keeps promises to themselves. Think about how powerful that is. To trust your own word again. To say, I will do this, and then watch yourself actually do it. Confidence is born there. Not in talk. Not in quotes. not in fantasy, in evidence. And evidence comes from repetition. So here is the mirror for this block, and do not dodge it. When no one is watching and no one is clapping, what habits are you repeating that are quietly building the life you fear? Now we go deeper, because even with the right target and the right daily habits, there is one thing that still crushes people, and that thing is time blindness. They think they have forever. They spend January like it is free. They spend February like it is a draft. They spend spring like they can fix it in summer. They spend summer like fall will save them. And then winter shows up holding a mirror. The third block of your 365-day game plan is checkpoints, seasons, review points. Places in the year where you stop drifting and start measuring. A house is not built by dropping bricks in a pile and hoping a room appears. It is built by stages: foundation, frame, roof, finish. Your year needs stages too. 4 quarters, 12 months, 52 weeks. Each one asking a different question. Are you on track? Are you slipping? What needs to change? What needs to stay? This is how adults build. They review, they adjust, they continue. The reason many people fail is not that their plan was terrible. It is that they never looked at it again after the first wave of excitement passed. They made the goal, they posted the quote, they bought the notebook. Then life got loud and the plan got buried under busy days. That cannot happen this time. Not if you are serious. Not if you are done playing with your own potential. Checkpoints protect the dream from the noise. Every week, ask 3 things. What did I do well? Where did I drift? What is the one adjustment for next week? That is it. Keep it simple. Keep it honest. Do not turn reflection into shame. Turn it into correction. If you missed workouts, do not write a speech about how broken you are. Fix the time, fix the trigger, fix the environment. If you overspent, do not hide from the numbers. Face them, learn, adjust. If you wasted 3 nights in a row, do not crown yourself a failure. Interrupt the pattern and return. Mature people recover faster. That is one of the biggest differences between those who grow and those who stall. Winners are not perfect. They return quickly. They get hit, but they do not stay down. They lose a day, but not the month. They lose the morning, but not the mission. That matters more than people know, because one bad day can become one bad week if you dramatize it. One bad week can become one bad month if you excuse it. One bad month can become another lost year if you stop looking. So we build checkpoints to keep small mistakes small. Think about driving at night. You do not stare only at the final destination. You keep checking the road, you keep adjusting the wheel, a little left, a little right. Slow down here, speed up there. Your year needs that same care. Weekly review, monthly reset, quarterly deep look. Ask yourself, is this working? Does this still matter? Am I telling myself the truth? Have I started hiding from the standard I once said I wanted? Let that settle in. The calendar is not just passing, it is speaking. January says begin, April says adjust, August says endure, December says account. Every season has a lesson if you are humble enough to listen. Spring is for planting, summer is for protecting, fall is for harvesting, winter is for reflecting. Miss the season and you delay the result. You cannot plant in winter and complain in spring. You cannot waste summer and expect a harvest in fall. Life has timing, success has timing. Your plan must respect that. This is why I say again, do not enter 2026 without this 365-day game plan, because without checkpoints, a whole year can vanish behind excuses that sounded reasonable in the moment. Busy with work, tired from life, waiting for clarity, needing more time, needing the right mood, and then suddenly the year is gone and the pain is still there. No rescue, no rewind, no refund, just the truth. But checkpoints give you a way back. They let you catch yourself early. They let you reclaim the wheel before the car goes too far off road. Put review days on your calendar now, end of each week, end of each month, end of each quarter. Protect them like meetings with your future, because that is what they are. You sitting down with the person you are becoming and asking, are we still honoring the agreement? This is not about harshness. This is about leadership. If you led a team this way, ignoring everything and checking nothing, the team would fail. So why run your own life that way? Lead yourself, check yourself, correct yourself, encourage yourself, and keep going. A lot of people want growth without measurement because measurement feels exposing. Numbers tell the truth, habits tell the truth, results tell the truth, but truth is not the enemy. Truth is a gift, truth lets you improve, a lie keeps you numb. So get close to truth, track your workouts, track your spending, track your hours, track your pages, track your practice. What gets measured gets faced, what gets faced can get changed, what gets ignored usually gets worse. And here's another hard truth. If you never review your life, you do not really own it. You rent it out to impulse. You hand it over to chance. You become a passenger in a car you were meant to drive. That is too high a price. Your future deserves a driver. Your gift deserves a driver. Your family, your peace, your purpose, your next chapter, they all deserve a driver. So tell me honestly, when the next 3 months pass, will you have proof that you were building your future, or only stories about why you could not start? Now, the fourth block matters because even a good plan with good habits and good checkpoints will still face the oldest enemy of all, and that enemy is the voice inside you that says it is too late, too hard, too messy, too far gone. This block is about identity, about what you call yourself when nobody else is in the room, about the lens you use when you look at your own life. A magnifying glass can make a tiny crack look like the whole wall, and that is what many people do with their flaws. They magnify every mistake until it becomes their name. They say, I failed, so I am a failure. I wasted time, so I am behind forever. I broke my promise, so I cannot trust myself. No, that is not wisdom. That is surrender wearing the mask of honesty. Honest people admit weakness. Wise people do not build a home inside it. Listen closely. Your behavior needs correction. Your identity needs protection. Do not confuse the two. You can be undisciplined in a season and still be a disciplined person in training. You can be broke right now and still be a builder. You can be scared right now and still be brave enough to move. Think about that. The fourth part of the game plan is identity statements backed by action, not empty hype, not fake confidence, not standing in the mirror saying magic words with no proof. I mean simple, grounded truth. I am becoming a man who keeps his word. I am becoming a woman who honors her health. I am becoming a creator who ships the work. I am becoming someone who finishes what they start. Then each day, back that sentence with one small act. Identity is not claimed once. It is earned in layers, repeated layers, quiet layers. When you read instead of scroll, you are casting a vote. When you save money instead of flexing, you are casting a vote. When you go for the walk instead of making the excuse, you are casting a vote. And soon the votes become a pattern, the pattern becomes a reputation, and the reputation becomes your new normal. This is how change sticks, not by trying to hate your old self into a better life, but by training your new self into existence. Warmth and truth together. That is the way. Too much softness and you stay weak. Too much cruelty and you shut down. The right voice says, yes, you have wasted time. But no, your story is not over. Yes, you have made excuses, but no, you are not made of excuses. Yes, you have fallen, but no, you are not meant to live on the ground. The person capable of changing your life is already in the mirror. Say it until your excuses get nervous. Say it until your fear loses volume. Say it until your body starts to stand a little straighter, because identity drives behavior. If deep down you think you are the kind of person who never follows through, then every plan will feel temporary. But if you begin to see yourself as a builder, a finisher, a learner, a fighter, then your actions begin to line up. Not all at once, but enough to change direction. And direction matters more than speed. Let that settle in. Some of you are angry because you know you are living under your level. That anger can poison you, or it can wake you up. Use it cleanly, use it wisely. Do not waste energy hating the chapter you are in. Use that energy to turn the page, because the plan is not only about tasks, it is about who you become while carrying them out. More patient, more stable, more awake, more self-respecting, more grounded, more dangerous in the best way. Not dangerous to others, dangerous to your old habits, dangerous to delay, dangerous to weakness, dangerous to the life you no longer want to live. And understand this too, your circle matters. If every voice around you makes average sound normal, your standard will slowly drop. If every room rewards excuses, your fire will cool. Protect your environment, protect your inputs, protect your attention. The mind cannot become strong if it drinks weakness all day. Watch what you feed yourself. Music, talk, screens, friends, rooms. Because identity is shaped by repetition and contact. You become what you stay around. So stay around truth, stay around builders, stay around people and ideas that call you higher, not lower. Do not enter 2026 without this 365-day game plan, because without an identity strong enough to carry the plan, you will betray your own schedule the moment life pinches you. Life will pinch you. Stress will visit. Doubt will whisper. Old cravings will knock. But when identity is rooted, you do not collapse every time emotion changes. You return to who you are becoming. That is the deeper victory. Not just hitting goals, but becoming someone who can hold them. Money in weak hands disappears. Peace in an undisciplined mind vanishes. Opportunity in an untrained life gets wasted. Grow the container. Strengthen the person. Then the blessing has somewhere safe to land. So here is the question I need you to face with your whole chest. Whose voice have you been obeying in your head for so long that you forgot your own future is still asking more from you? And now we reach the fifth block, the final stretch, the place where all of this becomes real or remains a beautiful speech. Because none of this matters if you leave with fire, but no first move. The last block of your 365-day game plan is immediate execution. The first week, the first night, the first hour after this message ends. This is where people either become different or become emotional. And emotion without action is the most polite form of self-betrayal. We have all done it. We heard truth, we felt the sting, We made promises in our chest. Then we went right back to the same chair, the same feed, the same food, the same excuses, the same sleep, the same drift. Not this time. Not if you really mean it. Not if you are sick of attending your own potential like a funeral. The game plan must start now. Not on Monday, not next month, not when life gets simple. Life does not get simple. You get clearer, you get stronger, you get more committed. So tonight you write the target. Tonight you choose the daily non-negotiables. Tonight you place the checkpoints on the calendar. Tonight you write the identity sentence. Tonight you remove one thing that keeps sabotaging you. Tonight you begin. Not perfectly, honestly. This matters because action creates momentum faster than thought ever will. One clean move breaks the spell. One honest step wakes up the sleeping part of you. One promise kept tonight changes how you wake up tomorrow. There is power in beginnings, sacred power, quiet power, real power. A room can feel the same for months, but the moment you throw out the junk, clean the desk, set the clothes, write the schedule, and turn off the noise, the room changes. And when the room changes, your mind changes with it. Environment speaks. Make it say discipline, make it say intention, make it say we are not playing anymore. Here's a simple first week template. Day 1, write the vision and clear the clutter. Day 2, lock in your morning routine. Day 3, set your food, your workouts, or your study blocks. Day 4, handle one hard thing you have delayed. Day 5, review your spending and make one mature money move. Day 6, protect your time by cutting one leak. Day 7, sit down and review the week with honesty. That is not flashy, but it is alive. It moves, it builds, it turns a speech into structure, and structure turns hope into proof. You do not need 100 changes tonight. You need the right ones, small enough to start, strong enough to matter, clear enough to repeat. Let that settle in. The goal is not to impress yourself for 2 days. The goal is to create a year that changes your face, your posture, your peace, your options, and your future. Think 1 year ahead. See it clearly. You walk into a room lighter because you kept the promises. You check your account without fear because you got serious. You look in the mirror and there is more strength in your eyes. Your mind is less noisy. Your body is more alive. Your work has shape. Your gift has room. Your spirit has steadiness. And the beautiful part is this. None of it came from one dramatic breakthrough. It came from your 365-day game plan. It came from nights like this. It came from small choices that kept returning. That future is not fantasy. It is a receipt waiting for daily payment. So pay. Pay with effort, pay with honesty, pay with focus. The cost is real, but the cost of staying the same is worse. The cost of entering another year without a plan is too high. Another 12 months half awake, another 12 months explaining instead of building, another 12 months living below your calling. No more, no more, no more. This is your line in the sand. This is your turn in the road. This is your wake-up call. Do not enter 2026 without this 365-day game plan. Do not enter 2026 without this 365-day game plan. Do not enter 2026 without this 365-day game plan. Burn it into your mind. Write it on paper. Say it when you are tired. Say it when you are tempted. Say it when you are drifting. Because a year can bless you or expose you depending on how you enter it. Enter it prepared. Enter it awake. Enter it leading yourself. And before we close this door, answer this like your life depends on it. Because one day you will realize it did. What would the version of you standing 1 year from now, stronger, calmer, proud at last, beg you to do before this night ends? Most people do not need another year. They need a rescue from the way they have been living. Now picture this. It is late in 2026. You wake up early without fighting yourself. The room is clean. The plan is real. Your body feels stronger. Your thoughts feel clearer. Your bank account carries evidence. Your work has grown roots. Your eyes are quieter because you are no longer haunted by what you keep avoiding. You sit for a moment and remember this night. The night you stopped waiting for a different life and started building one. The night you finally understood that time does not reward emotion, it rewards alignment. The night you became the driver again. Think about that. Future you is not asking for genius. Future you is asking for honesty. Future you is not begging for perfection. Future you is begging for consistency. Future you is not asking you to be fearless. Future you is asking you to move while fear is still in the room. So stand up, clean one corner, write one page, make one promise, keep one promise, then wake up tomorrow and do it again, and again, and again. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years. But this time the years will not vanish. This time the years will testify. This time the mirror will thank you. This time the life in front of you will look different, because the person inside of you chose to become different first. The person capable of changing your life is already in the mirror. Trust that person enough to begin. Respect that person enough to plan. Love that person enough to stop lying. No excuses, no waiting, no quitting, just building, just becoming, just unstoppable.